Hello everyone, you're live from La Paz, Bolivia. I hope you can hear me and I hope that the Wi-Fi is going to be fine because oh my God, I tell you, for me to upload videos, for me to put stuff up, it's been slow because the internet is slow in South America, slower than expected. And today's live, I'm going to say things which I might not have said a while back. I'm going to say things that are very unusual perhaps, and you might feel like, why is he saying that? But it's stuff that I've learned from my shaman, from my recent ayahuasca and tobacco ceremonies. And I am going next week, Wednesday, going to do a San Pedro ceremony, which is a cactus plant, which opens your heart chakra and allows you to receive love when you see all the tree spirits. So I'm still going forward, still going really, really forwards. Okay. So when I did my ayahuasca, first of all, I had a meeting with my shaman. Okay. And she can read the current energies of where the divine masculine is at. And this is very similar for a lot of you. So I'm going to tell you and read what she said because it's quite useful. So she reads the current energy. She works with the spirit. She can see your spirit, their spirit, etc. And she said, the first words she said was that you need reconciliation. You need to let go. She said, your twin flame has disrespected you so much and broken the path. Why have you accepted this behavior? Now, I want you all to think about this. Our divine masculines often, if not always, have treated us like shit, but we've accepted it. Why is that? Because there's something within us where we're not living in our divinity, okay? And that has to end now. Time is up for that. So basically, she gave me this like tobacco thing, which I'm going to show you in a few pictures or videos later, what I'm doing with that to let go of all the resentment. I have to like not smoke it to the lungs, but to just the throat space, to let go of all the things he's done, I've done. To be honest, I don't think I've done much. And then also like forgive. But basically, she said there's something to do with father. So for some of us with the DMs, the father is mirroring the male figure about being vulnerable, not wanting to be vulnerable. So she recommended like family constellation, one-to-one therapy. I don't know if that anyone's done that. Please write it down. Anyway, our hearts want peace now. We don't want to be stuck on this path of constant looping, right? Chasing, running, whatever's going on. She said, don't give any energy to this connection. Recognize the healing that you're giving to yourself and you'll receive blessings because our divine masculines are living a very different life to us. They are used to punishing themselves. They have a very strong relationship with pain, mentally and physically. And that wasn't the case before. But right now they are going through it. Before they were gallivanting with their ego so high, up themselves, being narcissistic, egotistical, and rude and sexual, right? But that's all collapsed now. It's collapsing. So they're all in pain, punishment, guilt, regret of what they've done to us. And they did the horrific things, most horrific things to us. And they know that. They've got no leg to stand on. They've got no way of explaining themselves. You know, how can you get an idiot to explain themselves or a child or unconscious person? They just don't know what they did. And you can make reasonable justifications and say, you know, you were in addictive energy, you were chasing them, so they had to put their addictive energy elsewhere. They wanted to be with you. An energetic wall came up and mentally they couldn't understand what they were doing, but they were having negative thoughts. They didn't think they're good enough, so they were sabotaging. I understand that. But we are not going to accept breadcrumbs anymore, okay? So I wish my twin flame happy birthday every birthday. It was in October. Never replies. This year he did because I was at the retreat. He just wrote thanks. At one point I was like, oh, quite happy that I received a response. But thanks is not a response, my loves, okay? Breadcrumbing is not something we should be overjoyed about. We should not be ecstatic about getting a one-word answer every 2 years. That's not going to create a loving relationship that we deserve. Yes, I know that the twin flame journey is not about romance and a relationship per se. Initially, it's about ascension and inner union and, you know, getting into that place where you removed all blocks within. Yes, I understand that. But if you think about it from a human level, we're ready now and we're ready to have love and receive love, okay? And that's when a high level soulmate will come in. But someone replying to you every 2 years saying thanks and ignoring you, ghosting you, blocking you, being disrespectful, being narcissistic, overtly sexual, rude and abusive, self-sabotaging is not something we will accept anymore because it's disgusting, deplorable, nasty behavior. And I'm saying no to that. And I think you should say no with the boundaries, okay? So the divine masculines now are in regret. But that's not allowing blessings to come to them. We're in high vibration. We're allowing things to come to us, so it's fine. But they have a strong relationship with pain. What will help our divine masculines the most is if we move on and we continue on our path and choose ourselves and focus on ourselves and know what we deserve and what we will not take, what we will not tolerate. You know, someone else might show up. Like I said, a high level soulmate often comes for the divine feminine when they're ready. But for the divine masculine, they get karmics, you know. If your twin flame is deciding to continue to suffer and stay without taking responsibility, rejecting any help, choosing suffering, then what can you do about that, right? They may be more happy to see you with someone else, with someone who actually takes care of you for now. You know, this may trigger you, but I spent 2 years being celibate, 2 years committed, and I'm committed to myself now, okay? But at the end of the day, you have to choose yourself and you have to choose what feels right for you right now. And don't sit around, because when we actually sit around, they think that we're sitting around waiting for them. They think that we are basically just always going to be there and be a doormat. And that's not the case. You know, maybe getting a soulmate, if it comes naturally, will give them the kick up the backside they need, because we are the prize. We are the jewel, and we don't need to be sitting around waiting for an idiot. So they're stuck in pain and guilt of what they did. They want to escape, but they don't want to take responsibility because it's not easy to take responsibility. They don't want to look at their part. And, you know, we have to focus on our part. They try to get better by themselves, but they need professional help. They need therapists, psychologists, psychotherapists, psychiatrists, whatever. They need deep therapy. There's a lot of issues with them, right? They try to get better alone. It's not fine. They're erratic. Their life is erratic. And therefore, with all that suffering and pain, how are you going to have a reasonable relationship or conversation even? Like I said, a breadcrumb every 2 years of thanks is not enough, okay? Especially with the way their behavior is. We can make excuses and we can make justifications and we can say, oh, they've had a bad life. Divine feminine, haven't you had a bad life? Do you not deserve better? Are you going to waste 50, 100 years sitting around waiting for this idiot? I don't think you should. Let them fail. Let them fall. Let them realize that you're not going to just sit around. Keep increasing the bar. I have done the same. I have gone ascended and more and more and more. Keep making it harder for them because they need to get their act together and make them fight for you. Know that there's other men or women or whoever you're interested in you, because they are. We know that a lot of people are interested in us, but we haven't given them a chance, right? Because we've been too mesmerized on the divine masculine's potentiality, which is not there yet. Too focused on, oh, what's going to happen. There is a difference, and I've talked about energy leaks and sexual leaks. If you're doing it from a place of emptiness and you're looking for validation outside, then your twin flame may mirror that. But if you're doing it from a place of wholeness and a soulmate comes into your life, I say go for it. And your twin flame may react. So what? Let them react. They may start doing stupid behavior and start looking outside for attention. How long is that going to last for? Because they feel your energy moving away from them. Or they may try to come back to you. Now, if they don't come back in their divine energy, their masculine energy, in their king, emperor, God energy, don't accept it. Reject them. Have a boundary in place. Because I know a lot of them are still stuck in their egos, right? They'll pretend to be kings, but from a place of domination and ego and patriarchy and machoism and toxic masculinity. No. A real king is humble, protective, takes care of his queen and also the citizens from a very good place of love and humility. So if they're not in a place of humility and love, reject their ass. I tell you, reject them. They're very erratic, their lives are all over the place. So I'm going to read some more things that I have gained, because we're not helping anyone by sitting around waiting for them. Because they think we're sitting at home, we're not with anyone else, and it's easy, and they can carry on doing their madness. Now, their madness is not continuing for long because you see that everything is falling apart, but they're moving at a snail's pace. So I don't know about you, but do you want to waste another 50 years or you want to get on it? I know other twin flame people say different things, but I'm saying to you is think about what you want. Stop focusing on others. I've had messages from other people, and I'm going to address loads of things today, okay, about these things, because yes, if you do meet a soulmate, you will have more dreams, signs, synchronicities of your divine masculine. They may appear, but that's okay, right? And I've had someone say, some of you are living in desperation and a lot of disempowered energy, which is not great. You're not in your queen, your empress energy. You're not in your divine power. You're saying things like, oh, I keep seeing the signs. It's so hard. Oh my God, I'm dying. I keep seeing the signs. So what? See the signs. I've made videos about this. You see it, you let it go. You see it, you let it go. The signs come, the dreams come, the synchronicity comes to tell you to stay on your own path of ascension, which is your own inner work. It's not necessarily to do with the divine masculine, okay? They feel you too. They get the signs and dreams as well eventually to tell them to fix their act. So let them fix their act up too. Don't drown. Don't get consumed by this other person, okay? And you're probably saying, oh, it's easier said than done. Yes, but you'll get to a point, if you're doing your inner work, religiously focusing on yourself, where you will know that you are the prize and you are the queen and you're focusing on yourself, okay? You see the dreams, the signs, the synchronicities, you say, okay, that's great, wonderful, you're always there in the background. And I liken it, and this is not a really nice analogy, but I'll liken it to something. God forbid, say something happens where I'm going to make it light. Say you are requiring glasses because your eyesight has slightly deteriorated. So you know that, you're going to have to wear glasses. So every time you see someone wearing glasses, or you see an advert or a TV commercial about glasses, or you go past the opticians, do you have a mental life crisis breakdown? I hope not, because that's the way it is. You've got the divine masculine, you're lumbered with it. It's stuck with you, right? It's like it's on you all the time. So accept it and don't freak out like, oh my God, I've seen a divine masculine. Oh, he's there. Like, get used to it. By now, how many years have you been on this journey? Get used to it. He's there. He's going to always be there in the background. Let him live there, okay? But don't let him be there rent free and take over your life. Just accept it's there and just see it and let it go. And know that it's there to remind you that you're not alone and that you're here to basically ascend and work on yourself. Remind yourself to stay on that path and don't be addictive. A lot of you are addicted to the drama. I'm getting these messages and it's just like, I just want to slap you and just say, wake up and smell the coffee. I'm sorry, but I'm being very strict right now. And I have to, because you are allowing this individual to take over your life and consume you. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's challenging. But once you've been on the journey for a couple of years, it gets easier, okay? Be in your power. You do not help yourself. You do not help them by focusing on them and making them into your everything. Don't give energy to the connection. It doesn't help the divine masculine move forwards. The divine masculine can smell your desperation. And that makes them do their crazy shit more. Okay? And like I said, you cannot get an unconscious person or an idiot to explain why they're doing things. Just let it be. Because there is, within us, we need to be working on our resentment. And like I said, I'm doing the tobacco thing where I'm smoking to get rid of all the things. And I did it the other day. And oh my God, there's so much stuff. My twin flame has done horrific things against me. I would not accept it even from an enemy. So unless they're divine and they come into that energy, do not give them any power. Their structures are breaking down. Let them fail and let them get on with it. They're choosing to suffer. They're choosing to be in pain. They know what they've done wrong. They have guilt and the shame. And that's good. That's a good point for them to come to realize that they were assholes and that they have to fix up and that they need to take responsibility. And the reason, I'm going to say this as well for the divine masculines watching and for the divine feminines, but the reason why you're broken, you got no money is because you're not following your divine path. You continue to follow paths which are not in alignment to your truth, you will be poor. Okay? If they don't evolve, we could be waiting forever. And some of you want children. Some of you want families. Some of you want to have divine love. Some of you are ready. Okay. Some of you may not be. Some of you might be still in the loopy loops and craziness, which is fine. Do your inner work and just keep going deeper. You'll get to a point where you think, you know what? I'm actually in a good place. I'm actually healed enough and I deserve to have that lifestyle that I want. Get it then. Have that lifestyle. It's not the end of the world. Trust me. Yes, so the divine masculines, they need professional help. They've tried to work on themselves? No. Because divine masculine, a lot of you are narcissists. A lot of you self-sabotage. A lot of you are disrespectful, nasty, ego-driven, erratic, and disgusting. And we don't accept that behavior. So get professional help. Okay? So I know I'm being quite tough, but this is the only way. Like I said to you in the beginning, when I started this series, that I was going to make sure that you get into union. Now, the choice is always yours, but you can get into union with them, but by following and choosing yourself, which means sometimes a soulmate comes in the mix and that helps to heal you. Now, some people say soulmates are just garbage collectors or whatever, which is not really a nice thing to say, but they help to align you and help you to understand what a true love relationship is. So with a high level soulmate, you won't get a Kundalini awakening, but they will match your frequency. But as a twin flame, frequency will continue to rise, and the high level soulmate might not be able to always catch up to it. But with a high level soulmate, there won't be such triggering or mirroring, and you will learn from them what true love is. Okay, you will learn how a thanks every 2 years is not good enough. You know, it's not good enough. A breadcrumb is not good enough. A soulmate will actually hold your hand, be there for you, and take care of you. And that will trigger your divine masculine, and good, it should, because they need to learn how to be a good human being. They're not even a good human being. They act like dogs. So until they don't, I'm sorry, I'm going to say as it is, until they learn how to act like a good human being, at least you need to learn how to accept a good human being, because they're obviously mirroring you, divine masculine. So on a deeper level, but with a soulmate, you can learn how to value yourself as well. If you want to do it. I'm not saying you should all go with a soulmate, but if a soulmate comes from a place of wholeness, then liberate yourself. So liberate yourself from suffering. You don't need to suffer. Yeah. The twin flame path does not need to be a path of suffering. Haven't we suffered enough? You want to carry on suffering? I certainly don't. You are ready. Most of you are ready now to receive love. Okay. And the twin flame journey is about ascension, but it's not always romantic, but it can be. But when the DF is ready, a soulmate usually comes in. So maybe it's time for you to receive that gift. Let the DM fail. Let them fight. Let them show them their true king energy to being humble, protective, and kind, and not egotistical, because you are the prize. Know that you deserve a divine partner, a divine love. Maybe a soulmate will help you to cement that. Let your divine masculine fight. Know that it's not, don't make it easy for them. They already have it too easy. We're mothering them too much, babying them too much. Yes, they've had hard lives, but still they need to fix up and sort themselves out. Okay. So for you, stay in love, stay in bliss, stay in the vortex, stay aligned. Okay. Stay surrendered, stay in peace. And that's how union feels like. And that's when you will attract high level soulmate. Okay. The divine masculine must meet you, and they must evolve to meet you at your place of peace and bliss, not you stooping down to their nasty level. And that's where their ego death is actually your victory. And when you have an ego death, they feel victorious too. So for example, when they do silly stuff, they're actually triggering you so that you can get rid of your ego. So they're actually quite happy when they're doing their crazy stuff at times. And then the same thing for us. Like we know now, right now, that they are being totally annihilated and destroyed by the divine. And it feels good. Like I know we can say, oh, I'm so sorry. And I want to be there for him. Well, what did he do for you? Okay. He was mean and nasty. But the thing is, they need to have their ego broken. They need to have it. It's the good thing. It's a good thing. Their ego death is actually a victory for us and for them. And it's good for them. And we have to make sure that we're operating from the heart and the soul and not the mind. So this is what I learned a lot in my retreat, was basically oftentimes we're in the analytical and the thoughts and we're getting too much. But when we get into the heart space and we just listen, don't have any thoughts, just breathe in the heart and listen. And that's how union's going to be when you're with your divine masculine, because you can't be in the heart space. They jump, they run. But generally, we're not listening to our body and ourselves, and we're choosing suffering as well. If they're choosing pain and suffering, there's some element of us that is kind of into that, that I want to say BDSM, but it's not BDSM. I want to say that word. It'll come to me. But the word where we're choosing suffering, basically, it's not good. We don't need to suffer, okay? Because we need to stay in our heart and stay loved. So the divine masculines are being torn apart and destroyed to the ground and built meticulously by God. And it's a good thing, you know? And that's why we need to stay in our heart and not accept any breadcrumbing, because their time is up. Their time is up, and they are basically, they're going to have to evolve and change. But don't make it easy for them. So grab a soulmate whilst you can, honey, if you want to. Because you're beautiful and divine, and you deserve everything that is mine, that is yours, basically. I will answer some questions in a moment. I mean, some of the stuff I've said is kind of a bit maybe triggering, but that's good. The divine masculine will have an instant awakening, Satori, once it's the time, once you've overstepped your threshold and got to a place of total empowerment. Yeah, that's when you're not taking any breadcrumbs. That's when you are showing that, you know what, you're not waiting for them, and you're not fixated on them, and you're fixated on yourself. What do you want to do? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to be? How do you want to live your life? What are your passions? What are your purpose? You know, do you want to receive love? Do you want to have kids? What do you want to do? Don't wait around. It's a good thing. Because I know some of you are waiting around for 20 years as celibate. That's what you want to do it. If you want to enjoy life, if you want to have sex, if you want to have food, if you want to have dates, then why not? If you're in a place of love. So I think, yes, there's 2-3 more things I want to talk about as your questions. And some of these are interesting. If your life is not improving as a twin flame, as a divine feminine or a masculine, so either you're not a twin flame or you're not doing your inner work. Okay, because if you do your inner work and you're a true twin flame, your life gets better and you get more abundant if you're choosing your purpose. Because a lot of you are like broke, and it's like, why are you not in abundance? Because either you're not a twin flame or you're not doing your work. And even if you are not doing your work as a twin flame, you will be pushed to do your work. So really think, am I abundant or am I not abundant? Now, divine masculines often are not doing their right purpose, okay? They're not aligned. So all their money and life collapses and crumbles. And yes, as a divine feminine in the beginning, your life will collapse, but it will realign. And then you will get into your abundance energy. So if you don't have money, if you are broke, ask yourself, am I a twin flame or am I doing my inner work? Because if you are doing your inner work, you will be abundant. I tell you, I'm living an abundant life. My money is getting more and more and more. My career, everything is working out. Because I'm a twin flame, I'm sticking to my path, I'm doing my inner work. Because sometimes some of you message me saying, I got no money to pay for a session. Why is that? Where's your abundance energy? Okay. Focus on the now, not on the future, not on the fear, not on the divine masculine. Focus on the now. You're a queen, you're an empress, you're a goddess, you're divine. What is it that you want now? What is it that you deserve now? You call the shots. Because the divine masculine is just mirror, okay? And they follow. All right. The last thing I'm going to talk about, which was a question given to me, is kind of controversial, if not the whole session today has been. And then I'll answer some questions. So yes, the last one is TwinFlame Universe. The truth about TwinFlame Universe. I have tried to stay out of this nonsense the last 2 years, but it's time to speak up about it. Because when I did the medicine, it said be authentic. And then someone asked me a question a few days ago about TwinFlame Universe. Okay. So, and many, like a year or two ago, someone asked me whether I was affiliated with them, and I'm not, just because I talked about the mirror exercise. So people will try to take advantage of you. Okay. And when you're a twin flame, you are very, very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. And you want to, in the beginning, just get the divine masculine and fix your life, right? And then you've got companies out there who want to feed off your vulnerability and make money off you. And I, unfortunately, got stuck in that trap. And first of all, I looked at TwinFlame Universe's stuff and I thought it was really, really resonating because, like, you can have your union and this and that and the other. They make it very romantic and unicorns, which we know if you're a true twin flame, it's not like that. It's not like that. And you will very rarely, if ever, see a divine masculine come up on a video and talk about all the stuff they've done, all the shit they've done against the divine feminine, or even want to talk about twin flames because they are the matrix twin and they don't really know anything about spirituality. They're sleepy, okay? So I looked at TwinFlame Universe's stuff online. I bought their book. I thought these people were going to be good and they were going to help me. But it's a money marketing campaign scheme, okay? So then I had a session with one of their coaches who I think is very good. Who I think was very good, helped me with the inner child stuff, helped me with the mirror exercise. I learned a lot from it. But as a twin flame, you are ascending very fast. And you out ascend them because they are not twin flames. So TwinFlame Universe, when you get the coach, right, they try to market and get you to buy thousands of pounds or dollars of their online courses, which I purchased. So I spent 5,000 more on just the courses. Did I learn stuff from it? Very little. Did they have the same depth or level of understanding that true twin flames have? No. You probably could learn more in one of my videos or one of my lives than you could in the whole entire courses they have got. And this is not me being egotistical. I learn a lot of stuff from true twin flames and I've done a lot of research to figure stuff out, but they are very surface level and they think they know twin flames and they match people up and people start off straight and end up in lesbian relationships or whatever they do. And there's a lot of toxicity and I'll continue. So they have a Facebook group, okay? And I joined the Facebook group. I was very vulnerable in the beginning. And basically, I'd ask questions to find out. And they were really nasty to me. And they would put me down. They would blast me. They would say the most horrific things. All their coaches used to gang up on me and be really mean to me. And I was really scared, actually. I was scared to ever speak out against them. I was trying to get a refund. They never gave me a refund. So I will tell you this. In my heart of heart, I do not think they are twin flames. Okay, I do not think Jeff and Shalia are twin flames. I learned some good things from them. It was very useful on the surface level, but they are the whole company is a nasty piece of work. I'm sorry to say this, and they are trying to basically get money off people and make millions. And they do. If you say anything, they're really nasty to you, and they've been nasty to me. Okay, like I said, my coach was okay. My coach started off as heterosexual, and then they ended up in a lesbian relationship. But like they were always misgendering and calling me a she when I'm a he, even though I'm divine feminine. But I don't really care about labels. But all that was going on, and their courses are very basic. I wouldn't waste. So basically, my recommendation is: should you buy any of TwinFlame Universe's content or coaching or anything? No. And I know one or two of their coaches follow me, so I'm sorry if this is triggering to you. This is my truth, and I'm going to say it to protect my followers. I know some of people from TwinFlame Universe have shared my content and said, look how amazing, look at the depth, the knowledge. Yes, because as a twin flame, we have the depth and the knowledge. As a twin flame, we've understood things because we're actually true twin flames. You lot are very basic on surface level because you read it on Google and you're pretending that it's this unicorn lifestyle, romantic, blah, blah relationship, which it's not. So that's the first time I'm speaking against them. I've been very scared to speak against them because they bully you and they gang up on you and they're very nasty piece of work. On Facebook, they were really horrific to me. And imagine you're vulnerable, you want help, and you trust people, and they are nasty to you. So don't trust TwinFlame Universe. Don't buy a penny from them. I'd rather you just watch other things that are more useful. You'll know when they're true twin flames because the knowledge and the depth is deep. The knowledge and the depth of information is deep. And true twin flames understand your pain and suffering. Because from Twin Flame Universe, they put these like two people together. Sometimes they match them up themselves. And a lot of them, make them turn into transgender or whatever happens. And you have the divine masculine speaking with the divine feminine. No, true twin flames, the divine masculine will not speak up. Very rarely. Very, very rarely. Because first of all, the divine masculine's matrix, yeah? They are 3D. They don't understand spirituality. They don't understand twin flames. They just think it's a connection and they don't like talking about it. They think we're mad. And then also the divine masculine does all the horrific things. They feel guilty and shameful for what they've done. So why would they want to speak about it? They wouldn't come on the thing and say, oh, by the way, for many years I abused, I was nasty, I was sexual, I did all these things. They don't say that. Twin Flame Universe, it's a soulmate concept that they're trying to make into twin flames to make money out of people. So for my followers, please do not buy anything from them. And I might get backlash. They might say nasty things on this comment and video, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. They took my money and they treat me like shit. And I don't like them. So there you go. So let's answer some questions. And I really was quite abrasive today, wasn't I? It was quite rough. So I'm sorry about that. But I feel like we needed it. I feel like we needed to know that we're not taking bullshit anymore. I just don't want us to be suffering. You know, live your life. I deserve love. Yes, you do, Angie. But why do they neglect things like this? I don't know who you mean. You mean the DMs neglect? They've got issues. Let them get on with it. I feel the DFs are rising above the BS. Yes, they are, Patty. Ego is too much. The egos are being destroyed, and good for that. Thank you. Stronger every day. Good for you. You're such a blessing, Manny. Thank you, Michael. I love that for us, Patty. I think I only want divine love. Yeah, unless he's divine, don't go for it. And there are some divine men out there that are... Because the divine masculine is still there somewhere and you're here. And there are men who are on your level right now. And you should be able to enjoy it if you want. If you want, okay? And it could be a good kick up of the ass for the divine masculine. They don't going to do that, okay? I truly feel it. He can run around in the back of my head. I'm moving forwards. Yes, that's the thing. Just accept that it's in there, in the background. Doesn't mean you have to drown about it. Just keep doing your thing. Let them catch up. I've reached a point where being in alignment with myself feels better than reassurance from the DM. Because think about it. Yes, the DM's there in the 5D like a ghost, but we have a relationship with a ghost. How crazy does that sound? And we don't have a relationship with someone in the physical, right? And let's be honest, a lot of us, most of us, I think, want to have a relationship, a good divine relationship, whether it's divine masculine or a high level soulmate. I mean, a lot of you would say it's divine masculine, it's got to be him. But what if he's not ready yet? What if he never gets ready? He will get ready probably, but what if it's going to take 20 years, 30 years? You're going to waste that time? Well, you're not wasting that time, but could he? And I know what it's like. This is what I wanted to say, which is basically, it's with the divine masculine twin flame, it's like going to Disneyland, right? It's a once in a lifetime godly experience. And we get addicted to that and we're chasing that. But you don't go Disneyland every day. Unless you're working in Disneyland, you don't go Disneyland every day. And people who work in Disneyland get bored of it and they're not riding the ride, they're working. So just accept the fact that you had once in a lifetime experience and be grateful for it. And if it's going to come back, it will come back. Good. But otherwise, you know, you might want to go to just a regular theme park and enjoy that, you know. So don't get hooked and addicted. And remember that that divine essence energy that you felt with the divine masculine is within you. They're just mirroring your own divinity. Okay. We get addicted to the Michelin 5-star meal that we had once or twice or whatever many times with the divine masculine. But you realize their 3D is not there yet. It's not there. So what are you going to chase for? Chasing a ghost that comes in your dreams? It's not good enough, is it? The breadcrumbing is not good enough. It's not good enough. We're moving forward. I will say this live. Nothing can stop us. I know the divine has our back in this. Very good. Masochistic. Sadomasochistic. That's the word. Yes. Divine feminine's on the rise. I'm abundant. As we ascend, they ascend. So we must do our work. The thing is, we're ascending quite fast and they're ascending. It seems slow. They're not fully matched up. And there is like, sometimes I think, how am I ever going to forgive? Because I have a resentment at times. And I'm doing the tobacco thing, I've told you, but it's hard when they've done so much stuff against us. Hello from Argentina. I love you. I'm coming to Argentina soon in November. You are the best person I've learned from you and understand me more than ever. Very good. I love your honesty. I felt deep within that they are no good, and the documentary came out. Yeah, they had 2 documentaries come out. They're not true twin flames. I know. And I've always thought, like, I don't want to judge. I don't want to say then, I don't want to decide someone's twin flame or not. But from my experience and the way they treated me, and when I was vulnerable and they took my money and then they were mean to me, and then I tried to get my money back and then they were bullying me. And I'm a nice person, reasonable person. And I think about other people, and I'm quite a tough cookie as well. I can give it as good as I get. But there's people out there like some of my followers who may be more vulnerable, and I want to protect you. Can people who are not twin flame be doing twin flame channeling? I don't know. I don't think they can actually. They understand, like my shaman read the energy, but she can't see the future with twin flames because they can't read the golden thread energy. I use Isla at sometimes, but we got to get to a stage now, people. We don't need anything outside of ourselves. You don't need me either. You go into your heart space and you listen. Get out of your head and just listen. All the answers are there. All the answers are there. Don't be scared. God will watch over you. Be yourself. Be authentic. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge with us. My journey has been very hard. It's not easy. I've tried so many times to walk away, but you have helped me stay on the path and get to be my true self. Thank you, Manny. Okay. The path now, though, is yourself. If you focus too much on them, it's not going to do them any useful things. It's not going to help them. Choose yourself, choose your path, go forwards. If soulmate comes in, go for it. Don't need anyone else. You're enough. Be careful of anyone that doesn't get what this really is. It could take you down a path that makes your journey harder. Use your intuition and only follow those of the light that understand you. Hello. Hello from Argentina. Do you still believe or want union with this realization? The way I see it is this. I'm going to stay in my divinity and in my power and keep doing my inner work to become the best version and heal everything I possibly can. Do everything I possibly can to help me, which is going to help my divine masculine, right? So I'm doing a very good beneficial service on that front. And then I'm going to stay in the now. I'm not going to overthink. I'm not going to think about the future. And as I'm in the now, if someone shows up and it feels the right match, I will explore, you know, and if no one shows up, I'm happy by myself. If the divine masculine shows up, in the divine energy, not with the breadcrumbing, not with the narcissism and the nastiness, then yes, I will only accept what is good for me. I am my own sovereign being now. I want to get married and I want to have kids. I personally want to go on nice holidays and have nice dinners and have a conversation with someone. Okay? I'm ascending. I feel very on my path. And I continue to do so. I'm not giving up on myself or my inner union. My light shines bright. It's visible by many when you meet me physically, especially. So I'm not giving up on myself. I'm choosing me more and more. I'm not going to wait any longer for anything. And if something comes up, then great. Because the twin flame journey is about ascension and inner work, which we're doing. And then also, some of us want love and romance. And if the DM's not ready yet, I'm not waiting around. And I don't think you should either. But it's up to you. I met him in other dimensions. Yes, you meet their soul, you meet their ghost. But what is the physical version doing? Nonsense and nastiness. It's not good enough. Don't accept breadcrumbs. I think we have to protect one another and call out false twin flame coaches. Yes, I feel non-twin flames will not understand the journey. That's why I said so. And do outside energies have enough strength to delay the union except the two involved? Well, one of my friends who's a twin flame talked about right now we're coming close to union, so we're being attacked by darker forces. If you believe in that, I don't want to believe in that energy. And that's why soulmates might come in, but they're not good for you. You're going to learn a lesson. If someone comes in, you're going to learn a lesson regardless. You know, stay in a place of love, stay in a place of empowerment, and you won't be messed about with. Maybe be friends with whoever shows up first to get to know them. But everything is always working out, whether it looks like it or it's not. So don't be worried about it. Okay, your journey is easier since you found me. Oh, thank you. So I think that's all the questions done. So in conclusion, the divine masculines' lives are falling apart, which is good because their ego deaths need to happen, because ours already did happen. But they're still not at the place where they need to be. They're still stuck in a bit of ego, thinking that they are kings, but from a place of power and domination and patriarchy. And that's not where we need to be. And in the meantime, a lot of us have ascended and we are ready for love. And if love comes in the form of a high-level soulmate, you should go for it, I believe, but it's your choice. It may teach you a lot of things, and it may trigger the divine masculine. It may trigger them in good ways to heal and come to you healed, but it might trigger them to do stupid stuff more, but they will be blasted. Because you're coming from a place of love and not from ego, and you're coming from a place of what you want and what you deserve. Divine masculine wants you to choose yourself. Divine masculine wants you to be happy deep down because they know they're not ready yet. So stay in the truth of that. And then also TwinFlame Universe, avoid them. Don't waste your money. I know some of you have spent your money on them. I'm sorry to hear that. I did the same. Keep ascending, keep ascending, keep ascending, and keep working on yourself. Okay, let's have a look. Do you feel your masculine throughout the day, like his energy and touches? Less so, here and there. It becomes more balanced. It depends. It depends how much energy you give to it. Start focusing on yourself and living. Put your energy on yourself and just accept them in the background, like a computer program running. I recently found my DM. I'm doing my inner work and he came over more. We have a magnetic connection, but he tells me that he's not ready yet. I should tell him about twin flames or he will not understand. He will not understand. Don't tell him. I talked about this when I did my ayahuasca first ceremony. We are very evolved as divine feminines. We are very connected. We are very consciously aware. They are unconscious, like children, like little babies. When you have a baby, you feed them baby food, 1 spoon at a time when they're ready, when they're hungry, when they need it. If you put the whole thing in their mouth, they're going to throw it out, they're going to vomit it, they're going to reject it. Divine masculine is like a little child until they evolve. So don't tell them anything. Let them figure it out. I made the mistake of telling my one. He got very scared. Can't handle it. It's too much. It also makes them feel trapped, that they have to be with you no matter what. But we're liberating that. If by us focusing on them, by us waiting around for them, we're not helping them. We have to keep moving forwards in love, in peace, in divinity, choosing ourselves, coming into wholeness and completion. And with that, divine feminine often as high-level soulmate will show up. And you don't need to reject that. You can explore it if you want. So with that, this live is done. I've been quite bam, 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 bam. I usually am, but I wanted us to stop with this obsession on another. I want us to live in obsession with God and ourselves and our joy and what we're here to do. We didn't come to suffer, my friends. We did not come to suffer. We came here to live in abundance. Right. I needed to hear this today. Thanks, Manny. You're welcome. Is twin flame healing done in the Akashic? Well, the Akashic is a record of all the things your soul has gone through, but you have to do the healing in the physical. Thanks. Thank you, everything. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your trips. Yes, tomorrow I am going to Peru from Bolivia. So I'm traveling in a bus. I'm going to Lake Titicaca and then into Cusco. And then I'm going to do my San Pedro Huachuma cactus plant ceremony on Wednesday. And I'll update you on that. But choose yourself. The divine masculines are, getting blasted, but they're not at the level where you need them to be right now. So you choose yourself, and it will help your journey and progress it further. I am currently in La Paz, Bolivia. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.